Welcome back to Moms on the Move. With 500,000 children in the foster care system in the U.S., many innocent kids over the age of 8 will never find a permanent home. Here with me today are 3 advocates for foster children across the United States: Sharon McGinley, Valerie Frisk, and Liz Brown. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Valerie, you were actually a victim in the foster care system.
Yes. I was misplaced from my biological family when I was 4 years old and placed into foster care with a very gracious family. I was taken from then to be reunited with my biological mother, who at the time was really not capable of taking care of us, and was led into a foster home where I was a victim of physical and sexual abuse again.
And now you actually have gone in front of the government with your testimony.
I put together a speech of my life and went before the legislators and told them my life story to make sure it doesn't happen to any more kids.
And you put yourself through college. You did this yourself.
The Support Center of Child Advocates in Philadelphia made it possible for me to do it.
So you, Sharon, actually advocate with lawyers for these kids.
I'm on the board of the Support Center for Child Advocates. What we do is give volunteer attorneys to young people like Valerie who have no one else to turn to. They get a volunteer attorney and a social worker.
What do you actually see from these kids coming in?
They're just thrown away. That's how they feel. They've been thrown away, beaten, abused, and left for nothing. I think what is amazing about our agency is that for the first time, they felt they were able to trust somebody, and that many of them say their child advocate saved their life.
And Liz, you have been in the foster care system for a number of years before you started to help kids who age out.
Yes, in many states, the age out is 18 years old, and it's not only 18, it's 18 on their birthday before midnight. They have to leave foster care. Here's a hefty bag, here are your belongings. You don't have the coping skills or the resources to negotiate adulthood, because I don't remember anybody that did at 18, and off they go by themselves. And so you know where they end up? They end up homeless, and they end up incarcerated, and they end up institutionalized.
And you actually have Turtle Nest Village.
Yes.
Tell us about the home that you have for these kids.
Turtle Nest Village is a nonprofit organization in Palm Beach County, Florida, and we take kids on their 18th birthday coming out of foster care, and we rent an apartment for them, and they have a life coach who's a social worker, and for 2 years we help them with absolutely everything in their lives. We concentrate on education and employment and life skills and relationships and health care, and when they leave us, we continue to be in their lives.
What do we need to do to help these foster kids? Valerie, what do you think?
Change the system.
Change the system.
That's
I think we all agree, change
Yes.
the system.
The advocates, the social workers, the people, moms, everybody needs to just stand up and take care of the children that are being left behind.
Sharon, what would you say? Kids.
Get mad. 63% of children in foster care are re-abused. The system does not work. We are taking kids away from their families who abuse them and handing them to people that abuse them, and we pay them.
Liz, what would you say is the solution to this?
I think we need to strengthen families. We need to start before they get into foster care. And if enough people have a collective voice and say, this is no longer okay, and they write their legislators and they vote for public policy issues, then we will change it. It will take time, but we will do it. And is she not worth it? Is every kid not worth it?
And there are
really.
some good foster parents, because you actually are now reunited with the foster family you started with.
Yep. It's an amazing story, because as a child, that's all I wanted when I was first taken from their home. It was, well, what do you want? What do you want? I want to go home. And that was always my home. And when I was finally out of the system at the age of 21, I got to go home.
I'm so glad you got to go home.
Me too.
Well, see, there are good stories. Valerie, Sharon, I can see that you've felt so much pain with all these kids, and for you especially, but you're doing great work. And there are so many ways that you can help foster kids and even provide a good home for them. And it may take you out of your comfort zone, but maybe that's what you're supposed to do.